Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray, where we celebrate everything hunting, fishing, and the outdoors. And here he is, the host of the most, Larry Ray.
I told you guys, I look for that. Ron, he's tough, isn't he? I mean,
he's good.
Yeah, he's good, and he did that without notes. That was a remarkable thing. But hey, John Gordon, thank you. That Ron Wong, our co-host this month, as we talk outdoors and what's a 90. We call the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio program as we approach show number 500 over the last 19 years. And speaking of that, we've been wanting to get this guy on with us since he took over the job on April the 1st, fulfilling the great one of our real close friends in Dale Hall. They went to the CEO, and we got him on with us this morning. Took over a year. We're glad to have Adam Putnam on the show with us. He is the Ducks Unlimited CEO. Good morning, Adam.
Hey, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for having me on.
We're glad. And Adam, I have to go back before we start. I don't know whose idea it was, but that guy with the beard should have let you in the door that day when you knocked on and couldn't get in DU. That video was a rip roared. And I don't know if you came up with that idea, but does that guy still work for y'all?
Well, we went ahead and parted ways with him. He couldn't figure out who the new boss man was. But, no, in all seriousness, we wanted to start things off on the right foot at Ducks Unlimited, and our volunteers and our members are passionate about the outdoors, but they also like to have fun. And we thought that would be sort of a fun orientation to show the transition. And man, you mentioned Dale Hall, and what a mentor he's been for so many in the outdoor world.
He has.
And big shoes to fill.
Well, when you took this, tell us a little bit about how the process went. I mean, you're a Florida man. You got a lot of connections in Florida, and the opportunity came. You were the agriculture commissioner, I think is what it was. You went to a little politics there on the side. But when DU called, what led you to bring you and your family to Memphis for this job?
Man, it was an easy decision. I joined Ducks Unlimited when I was 16 years old, and I was first allowed to tag along with my older brothers and my daddy to the Bartow Mulberry chapter of Ducks Unlimited in Central Florida.
Okay.
As you said, I'm a fifth-generation Floridian, and we're in the citrus and cattle business. And I had been in politics as the commissioner of agriculture, which in Florida is an elected job.
Okay.
And had really, strengthened our relationship. As ag commissioner in Florida, you manage the state forest system, which was, roughly 6 million acres, and we'd had some best management practices we'd rolled out for landowners, and we really had a strong conservation ethic because farmers and ranchers, like anglers and hunters, have a vested interest in stewardship of the land, and so that connection was there, that passion was there, and that long-time membership with DU was there, and so I just felt like it was the opportunity of a lifetime, and Lord closes one door and opens another, and the door he opened for me at DU is a pretty good door.
I'm assuming that you took a poll and asked Melissa and your 4 children, are you ready to go to Memphis? I mean, I don't know what the vote was, but it was a transition for you. And so.
Well, it certainly is. And, for 2 of my children, the younger 2 who will be, who are enrolled in Tennessee schools, my older 2, I commuted for the last year.
I know you did.
Because I had a senior in high school.
Yes.
And I didn't want her to hate me for the rest of her life. So we kind of worked out a little arrangement on that, and she got to finish out high school with her friends, and the other 2 are really excited about being part of the Memphis community.
Well, and Adam, I know that talk about this. It's been a very unusual year. I mean, we get things rolling along, and we come to March and things change. So talk about the what's happened, because I think that you guys have done some really remarkable things considering you know how to throw a party, and there hadn't been any parties for a couple of months. So talk about how you kept that enthusiasm going for the DU, all the 700,000 members, including maybe there would be one less if I wasn't there. I'm one of those 700,000 members, so talk about that.
Well, as you know, one of the strengths of Ducks Unlimited, going back to our founding in the 30s, was the dinner concept. In fact, a lot of other charities have sort of modeled themselves after the Ducks Unlimited banquet system, where you bring people together around a common interest and a common passion. You feed them a good meal, and you offer them opportunities to bid on or win items that everybody there is excited about. And so that grassroots organization of volunteers who organize those dinners and the attendees who go to those dinners, that has allowed us to weather recessions and wars and housing collapses and 9/11 since the 1930s. Well, we hadn't counted on a situation where public gatherings would be banned.
Yes. Yeah. Who did?
That sort of threw a monkey wrench in everything, and we have had to get really creative in our response to be able to keep the wheels turning. But what I am most proud of is that even with the loss of 2,000 banquets during our spring fundraising season,
wow,
and even with the disruption of having to migrate some of those items and raffles online, our conservation machine, the reason why we were founded, it didn't slow down for 10 minutes.
Amazing.
We have still exceeded our conservation goals for the year in spite of COVID, and that's really what it's all about.
Well, when I think, and John Gordon, you know this as a member of the DU team out there, I can think that I was there when DU came from Chicago. I was on the walk the land with some of the guys out there, and I said, boy, this is coming from Chicago, coming to Memphis, and now being part of the family for so many years. Of course, one of my heroes is Nash Buckingham. And, folks, if you've never been in the lobby of DU and seen the collection they've got, and I've got every Nash Buckingham book he ever wrote, one of the founders of what became Ducks Unlimited. So it's truly a passion that you guys have been able to do this. And I know it wasn't in your what's ahead plan, but when it happened, you guys got creative and did some things that a lot of folks are probably going to ask you how you did it, because no one knows how to throw a party better than Ducks Unlimited. I mean, who of us have not won something? I'm not sure what I spent, but I won something,
That's exactly right.
in the process, and you get caught up in some of that. So what are we looking at here now, Adam? As we turn back and hopefully get back into it. I know. You go to ducks.org, folks. You can find out all information, including we just mentioned the new DU TV series, as John said, it starts in July. So talk about the future for DU.
Well, the future for DU is bright, and it's because of our passionate volunteers and our wonderful staff. We run a pretty lean operation to be a continental organization, and we kept publishing the magazine even though people were working from home. We kept delivering on our conservation mission, and our fundraising migrated online. As we look ahead, we're anticipating making the most out of our ability to gather in the early fall. So we're moving events that typically are in late fall into the earlier part of the year in case there is a spike as temperatures drop.
Yes.
We are continuing to diversify how we do those dinners. You're seeing things like an ice fishing tournament in the upper plains as an example, or
send John Gordon there.
Fishing tournament.
Send John Gordon there. He wants to be there for that. Just make sure he's got plenty of warm clothes. But
a little cold for me, Larry. But actually, I am planning on having a DU film up there this year for fishing for ducks in Minnesota. So we really want to capture that and show all the members and the other audience about what that's all about.
You know, and Adam, that's an important ingredient. You guys, I don't know how many people, and maybe John knows of some, the ducks.org, those films, there's one of the most wonderful films you guys put together, and I'm not just saying that because John is part of it, but I know in the past other ones have been part of it. So there's a team effort going on behind that big flag on Walnut Grove back there that maybe a lot of Memphians don't realize the importance of. So talk about being the CEO.
That's exactly right. We have really, over the years, broadened how we reach people, and it's not just the magazine, but as you said, we've got DU Films,
yes,
we've got DU Television, and the cinematography of waterfowl.
Oh, amazing!
Our guys are the best in the business.
Yes,
and then to make that connection between nature and the families or the volunteers, the individuals who are so passionate about making sure that we fill the skies with waterfowl for future generations, it makes for great family entertainment. And there's something in there for everyone, and I encourage everybody who's listening who isn't aware of DU Films and DU Television to go to ducks.org and check it out. And it's a whole lot more entertaining and more family-oriented than some of the other things you've probably been binge-watching during the quarantine. So be sure to check us out.
Yeah, I think that the future duck hunters could probably be there, even if you don't want to hunt or watch anything else. It's a great place to go. Adam, thank you for taking time, your busy schedule. I was going to save a question from John, but I think he forgot. No, John, we really appreciate John being on this show, Adam, and folks, really, I don't know how many cars drive by that flag going down Walnut Grove, going east on Walnut Grove or coming west on Walnut Grove. Someday, just take a trip in there, pull on there, and on your way to the Agri Center and see what a crown jewel we have here with Ducks Unlimited. Adam, thank you for doing this. Have a great day, and let's don't wait a year for the next one, okay?
That sounds like a plan. I look forward to coming back. Thanks for all you're doing to spread the word.
Thank you, Adam. All right. Adam Putnam, CEO of DU. John, great introduction.
Awesome.
I think we'll come back and do another segment. We'll be right back.